Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Cook Chat and Chow Down with Steve and Ro. This
Hi.
is us, and today, say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, I'm vegan coach Naomi, and we are going to be talking to two people who adopted a whole food plant-based diet and have had amazing health benefits and lots of funny times in the kitchen along the way.
A couple of good stories.
A couple of good stories, and so we're gonna be talking about how that went, and we're gonna be making. What are we making tonight, Steve?
Black bean burgers and
spicy French fries.
Spicy French fries. So tell us, Steve, how much weight have you lost since January?
January 13th, we both started this journey, and as of this past Wednesday morning, May 29th, I am down 46 pounds.
46 pounds, y'all. Can you believe that? 46 pounds. How about you, Ro?
And I'm down 26 pounds.
26 pounds. And so while we're doing the chow down portion, we're going to talk about what happened at the doctor's, what kind of medications were they on. Let's see who's on now. Hey, David's on. If you're just hopping on, let us know if you're joining on the live stream or the replay, and if you're a long-time watcher or brand new to these lives.
Judy.
Let's see, Judy.
Hi, Judy.
You guys know Judy,
Yeah.
right?
Hi, Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Judy said, hi, Steve, Ro, and Naomi. June, yay, June's here. And David is here. Let's see who else. Jody, Linda. We got lots of newcomers on the live stream. Charla, how are you? Dave says 42 pounds is amazing. So proud. So proud.
Nice.
So, do you guys want to see how to make this meal? Because when I asked Steve and Ro, like, how did they do it? What's your favorite meal? They were saying that their favorite meal is...
Black bean burgers and fries. This is it for me.
And
this is it.
The black bean burger is only 3 ingredients. Should I,
Yeah, so let's start making it. You guys want to
Okay.
see how we make it, right?
Real simple, and that's why I wanted to have this, because it's only 3 ingredients.
So what are they?
And it is black beans, a can of black beans, 1 cup of salsa, and 1 cup of oats. And it's a ratio of 1-to-1, so simple. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pulse the oats. And I learned that today from Naomi, because I just threw the whole oats in there. Not that I dislike oats, but I want it to look more like a burger.
And also, so if you have kids or grandkids and you think they would balk at seeing big oats in their burgers, this is a great thing to do. So Ro was thrilled to learn this.
Yeah, so I'm just going to pulse it a couple of times and get it to where consistency that I like. Oh, yeah. And that's good enough. I mean, it's good enough. Okay, now I'm going to put the black beans in.
So you guys who are watching, if you want to see what she's doing and the comments are in your way, just swipe them left or right. If one of those ways that you swipe them makes the comments go away, so that you can see what we're doing on the counter. And I will always answer questions so that you don't really need to see the comments.
Yeah.
Okay, so feel free to ask any questions that you want while Rosemary is making these up.
All right, so I'm going to just put a can of rinsed and drained black beans.
Good point.
In.
Somebody once asked me, should they be rinsed?
Yes.
Or it will be too mushy.
And then I'm going to put a cup of salsa, not a cup and a half, just a cup, because I don't want it. I want it to be what's the word?
Not too
wet. Exactly.
All right, I'm cutting in here real quick. I'm going to start making the French fries. Whole potatoes, knife, cutting board.
And we're going to talk about that after he gets some done, because that's a funny story. Go.
Okay, so I'm going to pulse.
Yep.
So I can see all the ingredients mixing in together. And I might get a knife just to a spoon, and just to
stick it down.
Stick it down there and make sure everything's getting in there good.
If you have a Vitamix, you just use that poker thing.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
and
kind
so
of cool.
we were talking about this before. You don't have to, pulverize the whole thing
No.
uniformly, because a couple of beans here and there is good.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna just pulse it.
Yeah. You can let it go a little bit on one.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
Okay, let's take a look. And you know what? I do see some beans whole and stuff, but that's
What?
okay.
Let's see.
I don't know. What do you think?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's
so let's
fine.
show everybody what that looks like.
Okay.
So we'll take this out. And so you can see that it's pretty well mushed up though. And so
Yeah.
the bottom is even more mushed up than the top. Okay, so she's gonna mix that up with a spoon.
Yep. Just about all put together.
And then she's gonna show you her brand new.
Yeah, I just kind of
Fancy
learned this
schmancy.
way. You know, the little things just makes things so much easier and quicker. I think that's perfect.
Okay, that's perfect. Let's get this out of the
Out
way.
of the way. What I'm going to do is put my hands in some, well, I'm just going to pour a little
Show them what it looks like.
aquafaba.
What's aquafaba?
It is the liquid from the can of chickpeas.
And what's it
And you-
great for?
It's great for, instead of using olive oil, which we don't do anymore, we
Right.
can use that instead. It's great.
All right,
It's great.
so she's gonna put a little
So
bit on
I'm
her
just going to
hands,
put a little bit,
just like
just
that,
on my hands. I don't want it dripping.
so that they're wet.
So they're wet, and it really helps with the
So they're not so the
burgers.
So the burgers are not so sticky, because mostly this recipe you can put the mix. Remember, throw it,
I'm gonna throw it.
throw it, throw it. Look how good you're doing.
Yeah, because you should have seen them the first
All right,
time
now
I
let
did
go.
it. Now
Boom.
it's just gonna boom, and
Yeah.
that really look. I want to pick that up and
Here, I'll do it.
show that.
You can go wash your hands for the
Okay.
next one. See how good that came out?
Yeah.
You see that? So she's just going to do that again. I'll do one while she's washing her hands so that you can see, okay? You see this?
Okay.
And here we go. And you slap it
man.
down.
Beautiful.
And boom.
Boom.
All right, now you go.
Okay,
so it
so-
feels messy. I want you guys to know the mess is perfectly normal.
It's okay. It really is not.
Doesn't matter.
It's not too bad. So I put again the aquafaba on my hands, my palms, and I got a ball, and I'm just gonna throw it.
And then throw it down.
And then throw it down.
Oh,
in the
that
hand.
was perfect.
Yeah.
This is, let me tell
That's
you
so
guys,
easy.
this
Oh
is
my
the
God.
this is the first time she's done it like this,
Yeah.
and now you see how quick and
'Cause,
easy.
yeah, they came out like a mountain the first time
Yeah.
I did it. Should I tell them about the first time?
Please tell everybody what happened the first time you heard this recipe from me, and what did you guys do?
Well,
We're excited.
I was very excited, and I got everything together, but I did not put them in the oven. I served them raw, and I thought that's what you had to do. And we sat at the table, and we said, well, okay, and they were edible. Oh my God, that's beautiful.
That's fantastic.
So,
I'll fix it one.
that's my story. I didn't cook them, and they still were.
And how did you find that out?
Well, I read the directions.
No,
What
what
did
happened?
I do?
What happened, Steve?
We told
Oh,
you.
he told me.
I told my
Steve
I
sent
haven't
me. No, this is what really went down.
I don't know. I forget.
You can go. So Rosemary's going to put these in the oven
oven.
at 325 for about. She's going to set the timer
About
for
15 minutes.
So this really makes a batch of 6, but these are really big.
Yeah, Steve
Okay.
likes them big.
Here you
Yep.
go. Hey, where's the buns?
Oh, we're gonna use the Dave's Killers bread.
All right,
Okay.
Dave's Killer Bread. Okay,
Yep.
so here's what happened, you guys. All right, look, first of all, let me just show you what Steve's doing here. He's cutting. Go ahead, cut more in the camera here. So here's what Steve did. So I know Steve from a local meeting we both go to, and he sent me a text, and he
That's
goes,
right.
look what we had for dinner. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm like, it looks like my bean burgers, but not really, right? Because they look raw. So I go, what is that? And he goes, that's your black bean burgers. And I'm like, I go back, did you cook them? And he goes, what? You're supposed to cook them? learned how to have those black bean burgers. So Amanda is asking, what kind of blender is that? That is
a Ninja.
a Ninja Pro. Here it
Ninja
is.
Pro. I
Let's
think
show it.
that cost me about
$99.
Yeah, $89, $99.
This
I
is a Ninja
absolutely
Pro.
love it.
I have the same thing at home, and it's
love it.
absolutely fabulous. Now, I know lots of very snooty vegans, and I would also say the same thing, that a Vitamix is a wonderful blender to have, and it is. But if you don't have $500 for a Vitamix or $400 for a reconditioned Vitamix, then this is what you get. This is what I bought when I first went vegan. I just decided I wasn't going to spend $500 in the very beginning since I didn't know. I bought this. 5 years later, I'm still using it. So this is the less expensive version. All right, that's a Ninja. Let's see. That's what Amanda was asking. Let's see who else is on. Let us know if you're on.
He does look perfect. Look at those fries.
Okay. Let us know if you are a first-time watcher to the Cook, Chat, and Chowdown, or if you're a long time. Judy says, I use my food processor, and I also have a Blend Tech, which is another excellent brand. All right. Steve, look at how Steve cut these beautiful French fries.
They're beautiful.
But let me tell you, it wasn't always that way.
No.
I found out when I got here. Tell us the story of how...
The first
Go ahead.
time
Who's-
I was making the French fries, I just cut the potatoes any old way. I literally was in the kitchen for hours. I put the aquafaba. Instead of mixing it with the aquafaba, I put that down first. Then I put the French fries. They were big pieces, small pieces. 5 hours later, I'm still in and out of the oven because they're not done. And I went to my husband after that. I said, I know you love French fries. I will not be doing this again. I cannot take 5 hours in the kitchen. But Naomi came over. I can't believe how these beautiful fries look. They're going to cook up in 40 minutes. I mean...
So we have a batch already
Yeah.
ready to show you, which we're going to unveil in a few minutes. But I want Steve to be able to show you how he made these, and so we don't want water in the bowl.
Right.
So go ahead, Steve, take it away. Tell us what you learned today, how you made these.
Okay, so as I showed when Rosemary started making the black bean burgers, I showed how I had a whole potato and I had a few of them. Cut them up. They're all evenly, pretty close.
Pretty close, right.
Measure, and I did take a good look at them. So now I'm going to put them in a bowl.
A big bowl. You need a big giant bowl for this. And that's if you want to make a nice batch. Now, what's good about these is you could save them in the fridge and you can then pop them in the toaster oven, or if you have an air fryer, or you can pop them back in the oven when you want to eat them, and they crisp up and they're a delicious snack. This is a whole food, plant-based, no oil snack that you could just like love eating instead of potato chips watching a movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now I got the aquafaba. I got my potatoes. I'm going to start with a couple tablespoons.
Now the aquafaba is a stand-in for oil because look, go ahead, show them how it's like kind of
Thick,
it's
a little
thick,
thick.
like the oil, yeah. All right, let's see what people are saying. We got a lot of things going on here. Deborah is on. She's a first-time watcher. Nikayla is here. First-time watcher. Judy, Kathy says, I'm a newbie, been whole food plant-based 1.5 years. Husband too, he's a cancer survivor. I hope that you've had the weight loss and the health benefits that you've wanted from this. If you have, tell us and let us know so that you can inspire other people like Steve and Roe are doing. Cheryl is on. Okay, this is so much fun.
Okay, so what I got, I put a couple tablespoons of the aquafaba. Now,
Because it stands in for the oil that you would put on normal oven fries.
now I'm just going to get in there and mix it in before I put any spices in.
Yep, mix it with his hands. Here's all your spices.
Yep.
Let's get that going. All right, what are you putting on
Got that.
there?
Now I'm going to wash my hands real quick.
All right, Deborah Stover. Hi, Kathy. I'm 3 years in, whole food plant-based. Judy says, That is fantastic. We have several cancer survivors here. Yeah, and I'm a cancer survivor too. I'm vegan coach Naomi. For all of you new timers, I am the owner of this fantastic group, and I came across a whole food plant-based diet after my cancer treatment 5 years ago, and it has completely changed my life. And I also lost 40 pounds. So, all right, what spices do you put on
Okay, first
there?
one I'm going to do sweet paprika.
All right, load me up here. You may need to open the pouring section of that.
That should be good.
He likes it spicy.
Yeah.
So, Steve had never heard of smoked paprika. If there's anybody on this live stream who has never heard of smoked paprika and likes a smoky, spicy taste, go to the store. Run, don't walk. Go to the store and get some smoked paprika.
Onion powder, next.
Kathy says, we have lost weight, health is wonderful, and would never go back. Never go back. Love it. Jennifer is on, yay!
Garlic powder.
Garlic powder. That's fantastic. Do we need to measure this stuff, Steve, or what?
I used to measure it, but you said go by what you like, and
Yeah.
it's
What are you putting on there now?
curry powder. So I got to go a little light on this. Rosemary likes curry, not as much as I do, so I'm just going to go a little lighter than the other spices, just
Right.
to give it a little taste.
Just a little. What else we got?
I've got black pepper.
Nice.
I'm just going to grind it on there. And the last thing I've got some pink salt, regular salt. I'm going to grind some of that on.
I think we needed a bigger tray.
Okay. Again, I'm going to dive into my hands, mix it in. And that's it. Just a quick minute. Rinse my hands real quick. There you go. Get the spices off in the.
Sorry. You're perfect.
And I'm just going to lay it right on the tray.
Hold on. It got wet.
Okay.
Oh my God, those fries are delicious.
Yeah. All right. There we go. So he's just going to put them right on there. Do you have to line them up in any fussy way?
No, you just lay them out. Just put them on. I don't know if it's going to be big. Is this
Here,
too much?
Get another paper for us.
We need another one, right?
Put it on here,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you make a mountain, if you make a pile, they won't get done as fast or as crispy. But we're going to put 2 pans.
And trust me, these won't get wasted the next
Oh,
few
heck
days.
no.
We'll be eating these.
Pan. I put the burgers in the wrong big pan.
Doesn't matter.
No biggie.
It does not matter. There we go.
Thank you. Okay.
So you'll put some of those on here.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, do we have any questions? David says, I like to see men cooking in the kitchen.
And,
yeah, I feel the same way, especially when my husband, David, is the one doing the cooking.
And
Michaela says, I'm only 4 months whole food plant-based for my type 2 diabetes. I lost 16 pounds in 2 months.
Great.
A1C dropped from 7.9 to 6.2 in 2 months.
Wow.
No
Wow.
Oh
meds.
my God.
That's no
Yeah.
meds. That's super.
That's
Wow.
That is awesome.
Great job, Michaela. Great job. Pam is on. Judy, wow, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences. Leslie is on. Oh, we're having so much fun. All right, so here's how they look. Now, what else did we talk about? We talked about like smelling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smelling,
What we-
smell the spices. Go ahead. What did we
What
talk
we
about?
thought if we, think, oh, let me add a little something, then that's when we'll do that.
Yeah, so you smell it to know that. And
You
it's
smell.
the same with like if you
Oh,
don't
boy.
know.
See, now I think he added a little bit of a couple of things, which is perfect.
Yeah.
I think
Did you salt and pepper it too?
Yeah.
Which is-
Okay.
I
yeah.
took it easy on the curry for you there.
So, for example, if you don't know if you like curry or not, or smoked paprika or not, you just smell it. And if the smell makes you want to eat it, then yes. If the smell makes you gag, then no. Right? It's
Yeah.
just as simple
Right.
as
Smell
that.
test.
It's just as simple as that. So let's load those in. We already put in
The burgers. These are going in 425 for 20 minutes, and then we'll take them out and flip them.
yes, and we'll take them out and flip them. All right. So, who wants to watch us chow down on this meal and hear more about Steve and Rosemary and what happened at the doctor and what kind of health benefits and how are they really doing this, right? Nikayla says, thank you. She's excited to see that she can actually have French fries.
Oh, it's awesome.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome.
Delicious.
So let's go ahead. What did you want to say?
Just one more thing.
Yes.
The way I was doing the fries too, when I was trying to flip them, I could not move. They were so stuck to the pan because I just had the aquafaba. You gotta toss it in with the aquafaba.
Before you put them in the
it's
pan.
oil.
And like the oil, and they're just lifting up with a spatula. It's just, I can't get over it.
All right, so let's show them what it looks like. Get those over here. And we'll put them in this bowl.
Should we get that bowl over here?
I got it
no,
over
we're
here.
good. Oh,
Don't
boy.
drop it.
Look at these.
All right, you ready for this?
I'm just so excited.
All right, so look how these come out, y'all.
Oh my God.
Does that look amazing? So this is amazing as a snack. Like I said before, you could have this with a movie instead of some kind of chips with oil on. This has no oil. It's whole food, plant-based. That's all it is. It is a good source of unrefined carbohydrates with spices on it. Let's see who. Judy says, I want to eat it, right, Judy? Right? Look at the nice browning. You probably thought without oil you couldn't get it. Who wants to?
I can't believe they look like this.
And even sitting on the counter for a while, they're still delicious.
And with a little ketchup.
Let's show how these come out. What do you think of our burgers? Right? This is how they look. They're nice and stiff.
And then we're going to build the burger.
We're going to go over to the table and we're going to build burgers. You got the
burgers.
bread over there?
I got the bread. Do you want yours toasted? I don't.
No.
No, me either.
Judy says, I usually use my air fryer, but before I got it, I used the oven. Either way, they are delicious.
Yes.
Yeah, so you could, this one right here is just making me want to eat it. You guys see that? Oh my God. I'm sure that David is like really jealous because this is his favorite meal
7
too.
minutes still. Okay.
All right, so you're in charge of the timer for those things.
Yes.
All right, so you bring this over to the table. I'm going to bring y'all over to the table. Bro.
Oh, okay.
Her.
I forgot to press start
On what?
So, the timer.
So it doesn't matter. We'll remember or we won't remember. All right, come with us, everybody. Let's go over to the table. Here we go. Okay. All right, everybody, sit down so we could see to get ourselves in here. We're going to turn you guys around. I hope that we can all. Oh, I just remembered you can't turn the camera once. We got to sit really close. Come on, Steve, get in.
Whose drink is this?
That's me.
Up top?
That's me.
Where's yours, Rob?
All right.
It's right on the counter. Yes.
Okay, here we go. Let's have some
Thank you.
of this.
So, and I love the avocado on the burger too. I'm going to cut up an avocado. I bought this cool knife. It makes cutting it so easy.
Get
So
yourself
I'm
your
gonna try
bread.
Do that.
All right, so Steve,
Yes.
tell us how did, I really wish that we could see. Okay, so
I'll lean in. That's all right.
Okay.
I got it.
So Steve, tell us, how did you find out about a whole food plant-based diet and what was going on with your health right before that? Like what
Okay.
was going on?
I was
and
this
be
is
building while you're doing.
during the holidays, Thanksgiving time, Christmas
2018.
time, 2018, especially the end of the year. I just wasn't feeling good. My body is very swollen. My mood was not good. I was feeling depressed,
Yeah.
and I was just down about a lot of things. My weight was, and I was starting to get headaches too. So my blood pressure was creeping up there. Not enough for me to be on blood pressure meds because I had talked to my doctor about it, but it wasn't. It was elevated. And I just talking to Naomi. I've known Naomi a couple of years now, and she invited me to a seminar.
Who was that seminar with?
Dr. Benoit on January 3rd. It was a Thursday night. I went over, and Rosemary was out of town for the night, and really opened my eyes on a lot of things. And I was told to watch a couple of documentaries, Forks Over Knives, and What the Health.
And who's Dr. Benoit?
He's a lifestyle physician here in Spring Hill, right off of 19. And
Yeah, he's our first plant-based doctor
Yeah.
right here in Spring Hill. So if you live in Spring Hill, and many people on this live stream do live in Spring Hill, you can make an appointment with Dr. Benoit, and he will help you get off of your transition, off of your medications
Right.
if you're on a whole food plant-based diet. Let's see who else is watching and what all these questions are. Nikayla says, those burgers look amazing.
can't wait to dig
If
in.
you
I
missed
know.
the burgers. Yup. And here's our fries. There's our fries again, right? So I know you're excited to make these. I came in late and missed how the burgers were made, she said. So these live streams live in the timeline in the group. So after we're done today, you could just go right back on there and watch the beginning of the live stream. And so you could see how we made them. And so I will also go in and post the recipes. These are my original recipes so that you can find them anytime. Judy says, this is cruel, Naomi. Yeah, I'm so cruel. Kathy says, we like our bean burgers in the air fryer too. Yes, because they get crispy. That's very true. Charla says, where's ours? Go make it, Charla. Don is on. Yay, Don, you made it. Those fries look so good. Yes, they do.
They are.
All right, so Steve, you were, how sick were you right before you came to that? What was your A1C?
I think he was scared.
I was scared. I was getting scared. Didn't have a medical event yet, but I know I was heading that way because I was starting to get the blood pressure was creeping up. I'm a type 2 diabetic for almost 20 years now. I've got Crohn's disease
On
also
top of it
on top
all,
of it,
on top of
and
everything.
sleep apnea,
Oh,
where
my
I do wear a
goodness.
CPAP. So all this was happening. I was feeling lousy. I couldn't make. I had an operation on my 2 fingers in carpal tunnel back in September, and I haven't since been able to make a fist. And since I went on this whole food diet, 3 days after, 72 hours after doing this, I could make a fist again with my right hand.
That's amazing.
And-
I've heard that from almost everybody who adopts a whole food plant-based diet, that the inflammation and the
Yeah.
aches and pains
Right away.
they
Right away.
subside right away.
Yep.
Right away. Do you need a burger, Ro?
Yes, I do.
Steve,
and
do you need a burger?
Yes, ma'am.
When Steve came back from that seminar the first time,
Yeah, tell us, what did he say to you?
he said, I think I want to try this. And I just looked at him because I said to myself, oh, he was doing his research. He doesn't just jump into stuff.
Yeah.
He was doing his research, watching documentaries, just learning. And all I was doing was, I don't think I can do this. Oh, I want to support my husband, but I don't know what to do. I was a mess because he really needed the support.
Steve, show your burger.
Yeah.
Look at
Show
this.
your stack.
Oh my God. It looks
right.
delicious.
Back in my previous life, this is how I'd make a burger.
Yeah.
Tomatoes, lettuce,
Where's yours,
red
Ro?
onion,
Everybody get your
avocado,
burger up. 1, 2, 3. Put it to the camera. What?
Oh, look at how beautiful that looks.
ground mustard with ketchup.
And this is what he's eating and lost
And I love it.
42 pounds. And I love it. That's the most amazing. We need napkins for sure.
There you go.
Okay.
And
Oh my God. Oh, the best thing ever.
so Steve was doing his research, and I was just saying to myself, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? What's he going to do? Because as Steve said, I don't know what else to do. I have to try something.
What was your diet like before? Your daily diet?
Oh,
Massive amounts of meat, both of us.
there was meat, not just every day, every meal.
Meat,
Yeah.
meat, and meat.
Every meal.
Eggs, eggs, and eggs.
Eggs every day for over 50 years. Bacon,
What do you need?
chicken,
Ketchup.
turkey bacon, red
Oh,
meat.
turkey bacon, me too. Who else is in camp turkey bacon from before we were
Oh,
vegan?
yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's see what's all the things going on here.
Now I'm adding the french fries.
Nikayla says, wonderful. Quick question. Don't have the Vitamix. Oh, you got the tail end of the discussion. Can you make those burgers that way? Yes, you can make it in any food processor of any kind. I also have a small Cuisinart. I also have a Ninja Master Prep set, which you can use.
I have to
Or
get-
you could use any blender.
No. I'll get up.
Okay, so that's that question. Charla says, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Can you get through?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what else is happening. And everybody's saying you're amazing. Judy says I use the food processor. Okay, so where were we? Rosemary was saying
she didn't know she could do this. I went to the seminar on January 3rd. I remember it. It was a Thursday night with you. And I did my research for about 10 days. And I kept talking to Rosemary, and I was watching documentaries online, and I said, I got to do this. I got to try it.
Now, one thing I really got to say is that he actually wrote down notes that day, and you wrote down what documentaries to watch,
Right.
and then you actually did it. And that's really important. Like, you need to keep that momentum going. So what might have happened if you had left that seminar and then not watched the documentaries and like even for a couple of days?
If I didn't watch the documentaries, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to sit in a room, thank you, Naomi, with people and listen, and doctors and Naomi coach and for a couple hours. It's another thing to do the research. I took 10 days to make this decision.
Yeah.
And I researched, and then we really...
Almost a couple weeks, I think.
Yeah, 10 days. And that following, we started Sunday, January 13th, because we started that Friday night before, we started planning where we're gonna go shopping, what do we gotta get, how do we get started with this?
Right.
All these questions.
Right.
And I'd text Naomi, or Ro and I would see her at a meeting, and just ask.
Yeah. So, so tell me, how quickly did you see, besides the fact that you could then move your hands in a couple of days, how quickly what happened with your blood sugar, since that's the most telltale sign?
I gotta look at my notes here to think back. The numbers were in range. I cut back on my medications. I've really cut back on my diabetes medications. I was taking Tresiba twice a day. That's down to once a day at night. My Novolog, which is a fast-acting insulin before meals, once a day, if that. If my sugar spikes, if I feel it. And we're eating at a good time right now, so I probably won't even need it to take that. And that's a little pen needle. But I was taking Novolog three shots a day, up to possibly, if it was a big, heavy, carb-loaded garbage meal, meat and stuff like that, I could be taking a shot of 70 units of Novolog.
And what happens now? What happened? Well, before what happens now? What happened? Did you notice? What was the biggest change you noticed in terms of those medications and your blood sugars that first week?
Oh, I mean, inflammation, number one. Energy level is like night and day from and a clearer mind, a totally clearer mind. I can think, I can function now. I can think and not worry about feel like I'm dragging.
But I want to hear what happened with your blood sugar that first week. Remember?
Remind me. I can't remember what I'm looking at.
It dropped.
Oh, it dropped. Yeah, it got in range. But even with the medications that I was having a tough time staying under between 100 and 125. Now I'm in the 90s, like a normal person.
Like a normal person.
Like a normal
Under
person.
100 is a normal glucose level. So yeah.
70 to 100.
Okay. Kathy says the documentary sealed the deal for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Tracy says, are those white potatoes? Heck yes, those
Yes,
are
they
white
are.
potatoes.
But I want to try this recipe with the sweet potatoes also.
And you definitely can. Me and
I
David
can't
have
wait. I
definitely
love
made that.
sweet potato
Yeah.
fries. So, and now that we can do them in a decent amount of time instead of all day. We could be making them more.
Yeah. So now what happens with your blood sugar medications? How?
Oh, cutting back. Cut way back.
Way back. And what happened when you went to the doctor? Recently, that was a month ago, April.
Yeah, 2 months ago, just about 2 months ago, not quite.
Yeah.
He says, keep doing what you're doing. I'm not going to say his name. I think it's more he just doesn't know about it. I told him what I was doing. He wasn't negative on it. He just...
What did you say that you told him you were doing?
I told him I'm doing plant-based diet.
Okay. Okay.
and my blood work came back, and everything is dropping. My blood pressure really was happy about that.
And all of this, even eating white potatoes.
Yeah,
Now, what did he say when your blood work came back?
I was happy.
And your A1C went from what to what?
Well, that went up 0.1.
Oh, that thing happened.
It went
right,
up.
right,
It went from I
Yeah.
think 6.9 to 7.0.
So we're waiting for the next 3 months.
Next
Yeah.
3 months during the summer, I'll have blood work done again. I go every 3 months.
And the cholesterol was already fine.
Oh, it was like, what was it, 103?
Yeah. Mine was
So,
one
do you remember what
160?
Dr. Sidhu explained to you about why you didn't have an immediate A1C drop in the first 3 months? Because I remember what she said, if you don't.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
She said about your body.
So Steve asked Dr. Sidhu, which is Dr. Banwat's
Oh,
wife,
yeah.
he said, why didn't I see a big A1C drop when I did my blood work in that first 3 months? And so she asked you, what was your A1C before? And you told her it was what?
I think it was 7.1 or 7.
Okay. And she said, well, now you're taking half the amount of insulin and still maintaining that same A1C.
That's right.
So the
Yeah.
food, your body is doing it itself.
Yeah.
And that takes time to regulate.
Right.
So your body is really showing you that it's doing it. All right, let's see who else is on. Elisa is on. Tracy says, do you think this diet can help with glaucoma? So glaucoma is not generally caused by, it's not a lifestyle disease generally, but anything that reduces the inflammatory response in your body will help with anything that's going on in your body. So it's definitely worth a try. And if you are also overweight, like if you're not maintaining your weight properly or you have other issues like high blood pressure, then you're having high blood pressure in the vessels of your eyes too. So that's something to think about. So this diet helps in all the ways. Anything that's going on in
That's
your
true,
in your
because
body.
she can get rid of some of that inflammation in the eyes.
In the eyes.
That's right.
Right.
And then I went to my doctor.
Yes, you have an amazing story. Tell them.
And I told her what I was doing, and she was so happy for me because I believe she's a vegetarian, not a whole food, plant-based, no oil, but a vegetarian, which she gets it, and she said, wonderful, I asked her, I wanted to do a whole blood CBC,
Workup.
a whole blood count.
Right.
I wanted to do complete blood count. I want to see, because I was concerned. I want to be able to still be, I want things to be right with my blood. And my cholesterol went down. I was on 80 milligrams of the statin cholesterol med, and I'm telling you that one of the side effects is stiff joints, and this is what I've been dealing with for a few years. Well, she cut that in half to 40, but my cholesterol was 103. So I'm thinking, when I go back, which is, I don't know, soon, I'm going to go back soon, I don't know if I should be on cholesterol meds at all.
Right. So
I
she's
should
looking
call.
at a lot of different values, and one of them is the triglycerides, which if you
Yeah.
have high triglycerides, she'll keep you on a
Yeah.
statin, even if your total
That's
cholesterol
true.
is.
That's true.
So we're going to be looking for that level to drop.
Yeah,
But you lost how much weight?
26 pounds.
26 pounds just doing it for Steve.
Well, I got to tell you, really, 80% is doing it so I can support my husband.
Yeah.
But I am reaping all the benefits, and I am, a lot of times I feel awesome about it. And the other good thing is, in the kitchen, I was just spending too much time. I talked to Steve and said, we got to do this together. He's in the kitchen with me. We're working together.
Isn't that
And we're
fun?
having,
Yeah.
I'm
And
in
you're-
shock that we are side by side in the kitchen. I don't think it's ever happened in almost the 30 years.
I feel like a
Right?
marriage counselor.
And that's why I was successful, because we're both taking ownership
Yeah.
of
And
our
seeing-
own health.
Holy shit.
I can't be freaked out about his health. I got my own to worry about. And now, I could go on and on, but I'll stop there. But it's awesome that we're working together in this.
There's no better way to strengthen a relationship than when you do something together that betters your life together, and you see the results of the working together.
Yeah.
It makes you want to do it more and more.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you talked about that. That is just amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so what are we eating for the people who just popped on? How did you lose that weight? Show your sandwich.
I got a black bean burger, which is only 3 ingredients, and then I put onion and tomato and lettuce and avocado and mustard and ketchup. It is, I'm telling you.
Have you seen our spread here?
Black bean burger.
We got everything going on here.
I just can't believe how good it is.
This is
And it's
delicious.
cold now because I've been talking.
And it's
still
still
good.
delicious. Right.
Naomi, can you pass the mustard, please?
Now look at Steve. Steve is going for
Burger number 2. Don't choke over it. All right.
Steve's going for round 2 over there. Now, he's still losing weight. Now, imagine, what was the amount of food that you used to eat?
I could sit down on a meal like this, eat 3 cheeseburgers and 2 hot dogs, and then a pile of, what else would we have
It
with
was
it?
just scary. It was just
Pork and beans.
Did
with-
you know that this food was hurting you?
No.
Did you know before you came that day and
No,
watched that
the
presentation?
only thing the sugar supposedly in the baked beans and the white rolls.
That's all
that
you
was
were
my
thinking
that was
about?
my concern. I
That's
wasn't
crazy.
concerned about red meat or pork
Or the fat in it?
or the fat. No, not at all.
but the amounts that we were eating.
Yeah, just
You know, and I was, eating a lot of chocolate. I'd be up late eating chocolate, and then I saw 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I didn't sleep. I slept all day. I mean, it was an awful cycle to be in. I was in a depression. And now, I mean, last night I was at 10 o'clock at night in the closet, in the hallway, straightening out a linen closet. Right,
Yeah.
Steve? And it's like, I can't.
energy. What both of us energy. Is
It's amazing.
Just,
Yeah.
A lot of people complain about really low energy, and when they adopt this way of eating, they all of a sudden can do lots of things
Yeah.
they've been wanting to do.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm flipping. over here.
Naomi, you want me to get that so you can sit
No,
down?
I'm flipping.
I have a bunch of favorite meals that I've been cooking. I love the strawberry and pistachio salad that's on the Forks and Knives app. I love the Indian food. I love the brown rice noodles with the veggies.
So there's lots to
There's
eat,
so many
right?
different
So much different stuff.
foods to eat. And
What was that dish the other night that was awesome?
Yeah.
The rice dish you made was a rice with peppers, or what was that?
rice and beans. I
Rice-
made a white bean chili the other
Oh,
night.
yeah,
It was
that was out of
absolutely
this
delicious. I made a bolognese
Yeah.
dish last night over
Yeah.
pasta, and that's so easy, not time consuming. So I'm trying to get dishes that aren't. I don't, want to spend my whole day in the kitchen.
So-
So I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning to get things done quicker.
So what's good about this? We have leftovers,
Yep.
and like I was telling Naomi when she gets over here, it's amazing how long this food lasts in the refrigerator. And I can have it for lunch 3 days in a row, or 2 out of 4 days. Go just dig leftovers out and have a quick lunch. When I get home, I want to get out. I got to do something again in the afternoon. I just want to eat something. It's perfect.
It's amazing how long it lasts, and that's because the animal bacteria in animal foods is what causes food to spoil.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't that on this.
Yeah.
Deborah Stover, who's a first timer on one of these Cook, Chat, and Chow Down,
Hi.
she's saying, how much water do you drink in a day?
I really concentrate on my water, especially living down in Florida. We have a big glass. We've got lemon in it. I'll put oranges in it.
That is such a great
it's
thing
so
to do.
important, and I really believe it.
Yeah.
It helps me lose weight. I mean,
It flushes
it
out
flushes.
the toxins and the fats.
It's amazing. And I get bored with water, so now I have to add an orange. to it.
I like adding to
I
it
like
also.
add to my water. But I drink, some days I drink big, several of these. I just try to be conscious of trying to drink water.
So the first few weeks that you did this, did you have any of those detox effects that people talk about? Headaches, feeling like a lot of gas, diarrhea, constipated, feeling crappy?
Especially with the beans. Is that what you're talking
Oh,
about?
remember
Maybe,
the
right.
bean thing. That's right. I
So,
forgot already what happened.
obviously, there's a lot of different kinds of beans on this program, and I was eating beans right in the beginning, and I felt bloated.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember saying to Steve in a couple months after, I said, I don't know, I'm bloated, I feel bloated, I
And
don't
he
like
came
this
and he
feeling.
talked to me about it.
And I said, we gotta blah, blah, blah. He goes, I'm gonna talk to Naomi. And because Steve wants to keep me on this.
I love the.
He wants to keep her cooking.
And he loves beans. He
I know,
loves
Naomi.
beans. Hey, it's all true, but it's okay. It is what it is. And, and Naomi suggested just trying a tablespoon of them at a time. There's things you can do. You can rinse them. You can soak. Well, first you can soak them, the ones in the bag. Soak them overnight. Then cook them. And they're easier to digest.
You can also add a strip of kombu, which is a kind of seaweed to the cooking beans.
Never knew that. See,
Yeah, that's a new.
I'm learning. Let me, write that down for me.
I will. Okay.
And it worked. It worked. I still want to make sure I don't eat, ton of beans, but I don't feel as bloated anymore.
So that bloating it subsided, and
It definitely subsided a lot. I'm not going to say perfectly,
Right.
but a lot.
It's only been 5 months,
know,
4
I
months.
know.
That's
Four,
all. It's
yeah.
only been 4 months.
Yeah.
Now she's had a lifetime of animal food, so the enzymes that are coming out in your stomach are looking for the animal foods to digest, and it takes your body a while to switch that, to have your microbiome be able to adjust to the plants, which it has, and it's still doing it. So just the fact that you made that white bean soup thing that you were just
And
talking
I like
about.
the small white beans. I said, and
Eat the beans you like.
The beans. So I'm going to
Exactly.
eat the stuff. Naomi always says, eat the stuff you like. Now I'm telling my friends that when they want to know what we're doing.
Yeah, if you don't like kale, don't freaking eat it.
Eat it. If you don't eat stuff you love.
And if something doesn't make you feel good, if kale gives you gas and makes you feel good, then don't eat it. If chickpeas make you not feel good, but you like white navy beans,
Yes, I
then eat
like
those.
the white small bean.
Yeah.
And I bought red beans for the first time. There's just so much out there.
All right, so let's take a look at the comments here. We got lots going on. Judy says batch cooking really helps whether you are a family or just one person.
Yep.
Yes.
Definitely does. All right, Kathy Hinton says, once a week I make a big batch of salad, potatoes, rice, beans, and cut up fruit, and I make meals from there.
There you go.
Smart woman.
That's smart. Yep.
Very smart. Susan is on. Hi, Susan. How are you? Judy says, that's the way to do it. Kathy says, took me a while to figure it out. So the reason that we do these cook, chat, and chow downs is to share our tips, share what we've learned. And if I never came over here with Stephen Rowe, they would still be...
I wouldn't. He'd be making these big, humongous French fries.
These ridiculous...
That would take him 3 hours. And it's just all these little things make life so much easier.
Yeah.
So
I will say 2 things that I've loved over the years, and because of my Crohn's disease. I want to talk about that real quick.
Please talk about your Crohn's
And I
disease.
talked-
What is Crohn's disease?
It's an inflammation of the intestine. I think it's the small intestine down there, and it was pretty serious because I'm on Humira. I've been told for the rest of my life. I take a shot every 2 weeks.
Right.
My ultimate goal, I don't have not to get sidetracked here, I don't have a number in mind for weight. My ultimate goal is to get off all these medications that I've been on.
Yeah.
And I've already cut down on the diabetes meds, and things are going in the right direction. But I asked Naomi, I said, I haven't been able to eat corn in about over 20 years because of my Crohn's disease. She says, try a little at a time.
Like the beans, same
Yeah,
thing.
same thing
Tiny
with the
amount at a time.
Peas, another thing.
I know.
And I haven't had peas in over 20 years.
How sad.
Rosemary made, this is what, a pea soup. I got the recipe from Naomi.
Oh, you did the split
I
pea
did.
soup.
It
And
was.
Steve has been asking me for 15 years, really, to make a split pea soup.
And how
I'm
was
like,
it?
oh,
It was
it was simple
awesome.
to make.
It's off
Yes.
the rails, that soup.
Yeah.
I had it. We had it with
my
dinner. We had it
favorite
with
thing.
dinner. We had leftovers, and then we froze a batch.
Froze,
Yeah.
always
He's been
freeze a
asking
batch. Yeah.
for about
Now, how did
15
it affect
years.
your digestion and your Crohn's?
didn't.
It didn't affect them at all.
It didn't.
Wow, that's amazing.
My intestinal, I've had no flare-ups, no issues with that. It's just not the. I know we're eating. Everything's
Doesn't
going.
matter. Doesn't matter.
I've been regular,
Okay.
and I'm
So
not
you're
having
so you're not having Crohn's flare-ups anymore.
None.
Is that it?
none. And I was pretty serious where I was on steroids
Yeah.
4 years ago, and it was either that and try that, or I was going in for an operation.
To have
So,
a bag.
Would you believe that a high fiber, whole food plant-based diet helps with ulcerative colitis and Crohn's? But you would think, oh, it's all that roughage and
No.
bulk. No, it heals the insides and it's anti-inflammatory, and that's why it works.
Right.
Now, we were talking before when we answered somebody else's question about the glaucoma. The whole food plant-based diet will help every and any body part and system in your body. It will help everything. It will help your hair and your skin. And if you had headaches, they will subside.
Yeah, they
and
have.
if you had Crohn's disease, it will improve. And if you have autoimmune conditions, which is Crohn's one of
Yeah,
those,
yeah.
it will improve. That's what Humira is for. Yeah, it will improve if you have high blood pressure, high glucose, high cholesterol. Those will regulate and normalize. So this way of eating helps all body systems. And it looks like between the two of you, we got the whole thing covered. And then me with the cancer. So
Yeah.
with the three of us, we got
Yeah.
it. We got it all covered. It is the #1 way to prevent and reverse tumors and cancers. So I'm not saying that it's a cure for cancer. If you have
Remember you're on TV.
if you have active cancer, it's not a cure for cancer, but it is the #1 way to prevent cancer and to prevent recurrence. It's the #1 best thing that you can do for yourself while you do other cancer treatments and things like that. So I want to be clear on that. Okay, Patty, you found the Cook, Chat, and Chow Down. So you missed all the fun cooking part. You missed all the funny stories. So when we get off of here, I advise you to hit the replay button and you'll be able to watch it from the beginning. So anybody else who came in late, when we're done here, what time is it? 6:22. We're all right on schedule.
Wow.
When we're done here, just hit that replay button and you'll be able to watch the replay from the very beginning. And I will post the 2 recipes. We made the black bean burgers, which we have 1 of left. And we made these amazing fries, which Rosemary has in her lap. She has them in her lap. And that's the end of that. So, does anybody else have any questions for us? We're almost done with dinner. Patty says Kevin was over. You should have come on so I could have said hi to Kevin. He could have seen us here having a Cook, Chat, and Chow Down. And you know what, Patty? I'm going to teach you some things to cook so that you can invite Kevin and Jenna over and totally blow their minds. Okay. Judy says plant-based gives us the best chance at being as healthy as possible. Yes. Whoops. Deborah Stover says it works. I'm off of all my rheumatoid arthritis medication.
That's great.
Wow.
For anybody here else who's suffering from rheumatoid arthritis or lupus or scleroderma and even ulcerative colitis, there is a doctor called Dr. Brooke Goldner, and she runs a website called goodbyelupus.com, and she does free classes on how to reverse those autoimmune conditions, and it's a little more extreme than what we're doing here, because when you have those autoimmune means it's attacking your own systems, and you really need to hyper-nourish, and it's a lot of raw food, but the testimonials that she has on her website of people reversing RA and
Wow.
all of those that I mentioned before. Lupus is like life-threatening. and so painful. And so if anybody else is suffering from that, obviously this group, we do a whole food, plant-based, no oil way of eating, which will help with inflammation and reverse those chronic diseases. But if you need to go even deeper than that, I recommend goodbyelupus.com. All right. What else we got here? Linda, thank you, all three of you. Being invited into your kitchen and seeing the meal is so appreciated. That's why we do this. It's so
You're
fun.
welcome.
It's so fun. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got. Anne Marie says, I've lost 94 pounds when I changed my diet.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
How much
Congratulations.
do you think you're going to lose? How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
6'2". What should a 6'2" man weigh?
Well, we go by the head charts. What, 2?
Yeah, I go by the charts.
215?
People are always so surprised about the chart. Why do you think they make the charts?
Well, I've always been told I'm big bone.
Yeah.
But
What do the charts say for you?
I think 220.
220.
220.
220.
So how
220
much will you lose overall? What are you up to now?
I've lost 46.
Yep.
Math.
Do you mind saying where you're at now?
Yeah, I just.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right, that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
okay.
down 46 pounds as of Wednesday.
All right, good. So he's
Going in
still
the right
going with it.
direction.
He's going in the right direction.
Again, what I said earlier, my ultimate goal is to get off all medications.
Okay, let me just be straight with you. Losing the weight is the way to get off the medication. So don't try and skirt around this whole,
No.
I'm not looking at the weight scale
No.
thing.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm a very no bullshit kind of person, and people say to me, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna not pay attention to the scale."
No, I don't.
It doesn't-
I'm tracking
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right. I know that you are. Okay. Nikayla says, thank you for sharing your tips. Judy says, oops. Oh my God, Anne, I'm looking forward to being able to say the same thing. Judy is in this group. She
I know
did my
Judy.
10-week weight loss program. You've seen her.
Yeah, Judy and I have talked.
Yeah, you've seen her at some of our local
Yep.
potlucks. And
Can't wait to see you again, Judy.
Yep.
yeah, she's lost over 60 pounds
Yep.
already. She's going strong. So we've got some great stories in this Cook, Chat, and Chow Down. And that's the whole reason to do this, to share the stories. All right, so it looks like that's a wrap. And we have clean plates.
Got questions before we forget.
Yes. Oh, I forgot to tell you
There
about
we
this.
go.
Okay.
So I have got, and I'm learning here just like everybody else is online.
Where's that quinoa stuff also that you had?
Oh,
So here's a few things that Steve wanted to put in his meal. So I thought I would take this opportunity to do a little label reading with you. Okay, so this seems innocuous, right? Lemon, pepper, seasoning. Who else here likes all their seasoning things, right? So I always flip things around real quick, and I'm like, okay, salt, black pepper, citric acid, that's fine. Onion, sugar. Do we need sugar in our spices? Garlic, calcium stearate, silicone dioxide. What are those? Preservatives, I guess.
Oh.
Calcium silicate, that's a preservative. Lemon oil. FD&C yellow
one.
number 5. Do we need to add coloring to our spices? Do you want artificial colors
No,
in
I
your
don't.
spices?
We learned something.
Yep. Learn something tonight.
May contain traces of milk, eggs, wheat, and soy because that's where it's packaged. So that's that. Okay, so always, especially with these spice mixes, always flip it around to the back. We don't need all those preservatives, and we don't need colorings, fake colors in our spices. Okay. So let's see. So he picked up this sweet and hot mustard. I'm all for lots of mustards. We should see what's in this one. Water. This one is stone ground Dijon mustard. Who else loves this?
love
Don
Dijon.
Golden. Water, mustard seed, vinegar, salt, citric acid, and turmeric. So the turmeric makes it yellow. That's not FD&C number 5, right? So
Right.
this
That's
doesn't
good.
have, we know what all these
Yep.
things are. The one thing is citric acid is lemon juice. It's a citrus. That's the
Okay.
preservative. So yes. Now let's see. see what's in here. Water, sugar. Do we need to add coloring to our spices? Do you want artificial colors in your spices?
No, I don't.
Do we need colorings, fake colors in our spices? Okay. So let's see what's in here. Water, sugar. Do we need to add coloring to our spices? Do you want artificial colors in your spices? vinegar, mustard seeds, salt, dehydrated vegetables, natural flavor, paprika, and turmeric. Now, what's natural flavor?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. Now, if it was something like garlic or turmeric or a spice, they would frickin' say what it is. But since it's not, that means it's something we probably don't want to know. Now, I'm going to tell you something about that, and it's going to be really disgusting,
Well, what?
about the coffee mate with the vanilla.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
I'm just
That's
going to tell
the
you.
company.
I'm just going to
Okay,
tell you.
me so I don't drink it though.
So you know, okay?
Coffee
So
mate.
if the vanilla flavoring was vanilla, they would say vanilla bean, right? But they don't. So here's what makes the vanilla flavoring. And we're done eating, so I can go ahead and say this. It's made from the anal glands of beavers, and it's called castoreum.
Oh.
So don't ask me who's the first guy who figured out that tastes like vanilla. Okay?
I'm glad I don't drink it.
That's where it comes from. And the red colorings.
That's what Nikki wanted.
And the red colorings that they make, that comes from cockroaches. Cochineal, it's called.
God, okay.
So-
now, listen, let's not ruin a perfectly.
So listen,
good
my
meal.
point is, when you see natural flavors, it's anything but, or
Gotcha.
they would say what it is.
Yep.
You don't want it. So this had it, and those quinoa mixes had it. That's
Those are
why
going-
I'm saying go
Going
back.
back to the store.
Say
Yep.
go back.
Going back to the store. It hasn't been opened.
So, so we wanted to talk about that. That, you know, Steve likes lemon pepper. So just find a lemon pepper that's literally lemon, dehydrated lemon peel and pepper,
And that's it.
and garlic or whatever should be in it. And always flip over your spices and condiments to see what's in them, so that you know.
Yeah.
All right. So Judy's saying MSG. MSG is one of the food chemicals that you don't
Right.
want.
That's right, Judy.
And everybody knows about MSG. So if you see monosodium glutamate, they don't use that anymore because everybody's hep to that. So now they use other things like hydrolyzed soy extract, yeast extract. That was what was listed also on those flavored quinoa packages, yeast extract. So when you see those terms, those are other types of glutamates.
Oh,
that they just switch it around and put something else in there you don't want. So this has been an excellent conversation.
Yes, it has.
Awesome.
All right. Judy says the FDA approved natural flavors so companies can get away with adding whatever they want under that heading. And that's
Awful.
why
Awful.
you don't want to go for that. So, yeah. Totally. So that's it for today's Cook Chat and Chow Down. Thank you, Steve and Rosemary.
Thank
for
you.
sharing
Thank you,
your
Naomi.
story with us, because it really, really, you could tell by the way people are asking questions and sharing their stories that this is very meaningful. And so I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for coming over here.
And
showing
laughing
us.
about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, everybody. Have
Bye,
a
everybody.
lovely